It's been 7 months, right?
7 months on board.
We've been living on sailing vessel Bye Felicia for 7 months full time now. For 6 months of those 7, we've lived at marinas and a shipyard where we're able to hook up to shore power. Now we live on anchor for the last month, and it's definitely been a learning experience, right?
Living on an anchor has been way different than living in marinas.
So, these are the 5 things we've learned living on anchor on a sailboat. Number 1, shade. Living in the Keys in the midsummer is really hot. Let me tell you, what they say is mid-80s with humidity and everything is actually, it feels like mid-90s or higher. So the boat came with some covers. We put those up and that helped a little bit. It kept the sun from beating down on the decks.
Because we have no air conditioning, and it is July in Key West. I know it looks beautiful, but it is warm right now.
The next thing that really helped was the wind scoops.
Yeah, the wind scoops, those were amazing.
That was a game changer for sure. There are these really nice contraptions. They're like umbrellas that captures the wind and funnels it through your boat.
Yeah, that made sleeping on board a lot better. What's going on?
We got some wind scoops here. This helps with cooling the boat down. And I am really hot. So, it looks complicated, but it really isn't. It's just like an umbrella.
All right, we'll go up top.
These are a little awkward to put on because they're like arms and legs. This one might be easier to do outside. These things are worth their weight in gold and more. So don't weigh very much.
Some things on boats are gimmicks, but I believe in these things. They.
I'm stuck. Help me. Hey,
Ooh. All right, so next on the project list is going to be replace all of these lines with fresh new, not bungee, not. Oh, we have all different types of lines. We're going to replace those with fresh new ones. In scuba diving, we would call that a entanglement hazard.
Hey, how does it feel down there?
Oh my God, it's so windy, I'm gonna blow away!
You do this.
I'm here still. Number 2 is power. We have to generate all of our power on board, and we don't have solar yet. So that means we run the generator usually every day, sometimes every other day. We burn about, I don't know, 1/3 of a gallon of diesel to a 1/2 gallon of diesel per day, so it's not a ton. After just a couple days of living on our generator, we had a clog in the saltwater intake. That's what helps cool the engine. Without this, we can't run the generator. We spent an entire day trying to unclog it, from diving down underneath to trying to unclog it from the top. The problem was there was a hose we just could not get off unless we cut it. We waited until the following day to cut it when we had a spare hose on board.
Yeah.
This cost me 1 day of my life, a day that I'll never get back. I said unspeakable things trying to get the hose off.
How many different ways did you try to get that hose off?
I mean, every way but cutting it. After the first week, we realized that we would charge the batteries and they would be dead in an hour. So the batteries weren't holding a charge. So we scheduled to go into the marina, have 2 nights on the dock, and replace all 6 of our house batteries and our starting batteries. So 7 batteries had to be pulled off of the boat, 7 batteries had to be put back on the boat. We didn't want to do that with the dinghy, so we got the dock for the night. When we pulled the batteries off the boat, I put all 6 house batteries in a wheelbarrow, a marina wheelbarrow. And I didn't think of how heavy it was because we had the other batteries being delivered, And I was, obviously working on other stuff. So I'm like, Lisa, you take these, I'll do this, we'll meet in the middle. And I didn't realize that the golf cart, or pardon me, the wheelbarrow outweighed her by like 3 times.
Yeah, each battery weighed over 60 pounds, and it was the hottest day of the year.
Hottest day of the year.
We just got our AC done, but then the pump went out, so we were working in the heat. And
no AC. So that's electric, but we have solar coming soon. We're still running our generator, but we have the fresh batteries. Number 3, mooring lines. We got back out from the dock after replacing our batteries. We discovered that the mooring ball that we had rented for the entire month had been taken, and nobody was on board the boat. So we drove around, we tried to get their attention, we talked to the neighbors, we talked to the dock master, tried to figure out why our mooring ball was taken, and they had rented it out to another person, even though we had already paid in full for the month. So after several hours, they got us set up on another mooring ball.
But that's not the kicker. The thing is, to claim your mooring ball, you need to leave your ground tackle there.
Yeah.
And this other boat took our ground tackle. So
took our mooring lines, took our fender.
Yeah, so then we had to sacrifice the jib line for the new mooring ball, the temporary one.
Then we went to Cubanitos, or Key West Marine Hardware, and had our buddy Eduardo splice us up some nice, fresh mooring lines. So we're excited about those. But here's a fun tidbit. As we sit here today, we're in the middle of a storm. We've been hit with wave after wave of squall. You could probably hear some of the wind whipping around outside. I actually had to jump in a little bit earlier to clear. We have 2 mooring lines that are nice and fresh, and then we have the jib sheet still serving as a safety line in case both of those were to break, God forbid. And after wave after wave of storm has come today, and we spun around our mooring, and the safety line had got caught. So I had to jump in, free that up. We adjusted our mooring lines, but so finally, after a month, we finally have some stuff that we trust.
Number 4, dinghy. This thing is really important. It's like your car, and your boat is your house. This is our daily commute that we go into town. This services us back and forth from the land back to our boat. So we can get groceries, get water, get whatever else we need on land back to the boat. And I had to learn how to drive on it.
Yeah, perfect. Put it neutral and it'll keep spinning. Nope, just put it neutral. Yeah. Just give it a second, Now the bow's gonna keep coming around, but the wind is coming from this direction, so it's gonna start slow. Now forward. Yeah. How's it feel?
Still getting used to it. It's my second time driving it, and it is definitely way different than driving a car. After loading up our dinghy, we drive out past a few quirky houseboats.
Key West is full of charm, and you definitely can see the character of the owners of all these houseboats. It's kind of like a floating trailer park. We love it. Number 5, water. So first we have to get water on the boat. We don't have proper water jugs, so we've been using like 10 or 12 1-gallon jugs and bringing 10 or 12 gallons out each time we come out from land. Luckily at the dinghy dock where we rent our mooring ball from, there's a hose that we can fill up. It's super easy, but there was no jugs to be found locally, so we had to order them online. As we sit here right now, our jugs are here. We did use them one time. We're very happy. We have our 5-gallon jugs, but everything has to be brought out is the point of that. So all of our water comes out. We put it on board. The water pump works great, but then when it gets to the showers, we have an issue. We've been so spoiled in the marinas, and we've taken showers at the facilities there, and we suspected our showers probably didn't work the best, but we come to find out that the pumps on the showers that take the water from the bottom and discharge it and get it overboard, those sump pumps were both broken, meaning we cannot shower in our showers. We can only shower in our outdoor shower that's meant for, when you get done snorkeling. So It's summertime. It's not the worst.
No, it's not terrible to shower outside. It's just, we have about 10, 15 neighbors around us.
Good
And
neighbors. Are we the weird neighbors?
I think we're the weird neighbors.
We're the weird
Nobody
neighbors.
talks to us.
We run around in our underwear a lot. It's so hot out here, man. We've replaced one sump pump. We'll get to the other one hopefully next week.
Yeah, so got a work cut out.
So much work. You ready for this? Alright, so directions. Do those. Pump? No, just joking. No, keep that. New connections. Beautiful sight. What a beautiful sight. We have a shower.
Oh my goodness. Oh, don't forget, you also replaced a shower nozzle that was seized. Today's project is fixing the forward head.
One more thing off the list. Lisa can't bitch at me today.
Hey.
Thank you so much. If you enjoyed what you saw, subscribe here or check out our playlist right here. And do us a favor, please leave a thumbs up or leave a comment. That helps our channel grow and get discovered by new people.